Hi, welcome back to the podcast.
What was that?
I was gonna yell like I usually do, but I can't do it. Anyways, welcome back. My name's
I bet I can make you yell. What can I do to piss you off?
What?
Put the screwdriver up my nose. I also put it all the way down my throat.
I don't think you're gonna be able to do that now. Anyways, welcome back to the podcast. I'm Mize. That's Bud Fang. We're here another day.
It's so hot today.
It's very hot.
It broke 100 where we are.
Well, I'm not yelling. I'm still mildly frustrated because what I said was gonna happen for the third week in a row now has happened.
What happened?
Every time we meet up early enough, we just end up doing the podcast like 8 hours later.
That's kind of true, yeah.
So we're gonna need to switch that up. Unfortunately, this might have to become a morning thing because I can't trust you to do it early afternoons. This has to be at least a morning thing.
I mean, to be fair, you know the simple solution.
No.
Every time we hang out with Derek, it's gonna be this song.
I know, but I like.
If it was just me and you, we would have done this.
I know, but I like hanging out with Derek.
I do too, but that is what makes it take long. It's not. It's not me. It's not you. It's the fact that he won't do it with us.
Which is sad. There was a point he was willing.
He doesn't love you guys enough.
There was a point where he was willing. There was a point where he was doing stuff like this.
One day when Final Fantasy 16 is done, he might come back.
Well, anyways, this one's going to be kind of short because we meant to do a manga. But I couldn't find it, and Bud Fang meant to give it to me, but he just kind of forgot, and I forgot to pick it up from him.
What do you mean? I asked you multiple times if you wanted it, and you said, nah. Today was the first day you said that you'd take it from me. I think your literal words were, nah, that requires me to, like, physically flip through it.
So, I tried to look for it online, and when I asked him for it, he forgot to bring it to me, so we're both at fault here.
I forgot to bring it news today!
So today is going to be...
you to it!
Today is going to be a top 10 list, and we did waifus before. Now we're doing Husbandos, because we don't discriminate.
Husbando time.
But before we do that...
Well, we do discriminate.
No.
Yeah, we do.
No, we don't.
That's what this list is.
No, we don't.
It's a form of discrimination.
I get your logic.
We are discriminating between good and poor waifus and husbandos.
Okay, what I mean is like bad discrimination.
But I have very good discrimination. Thank you.
That's fine. But
I'm able to discriminate differences very well.
Okay, but I meant bad discrimination. Don't be pedantic with me. Don't do this.
I sound unpedantic.
Anyways. Before we get into it, since I don't know when this is gonna come out, when I decide it's gonna come out, but instead of doing what we watched this week, because this is not anime, and since we haven't really read much stuff, so we can't do a what you read. Let me rephrase that. I haven't read much stuff.
I was gonna say, I've read a couple things.
I know you have.
I've read a couple things actually, and I've been watching more. I watched more in the last 5 days than I have the last 5 weeks.
Well, either way, we're not doing that because we decided to be disgusting influencers.
Red stuff came out. Oh yeah, it tastes like Gatorade.
Just like prom. Anyways. Some of y'all... Oh, I forgot I had macaroni.
What? Just sucking the stuff out.
Every time, I tell you to not drink something. I'm not gonna yell. I'm not gonna yell, but you know I'm gonna get mad. Every time you do this, and it makes me so angry. So angry with you. So angry with you. Anyways. I knew about these way before, because I'm a degenerate and I'm on TikTok constantly posting our stuff and posting my stuff, and I'm
not a degenerate. I'm just a normal asshole.
But they did interest this.
What the fuck is coming out of your mouth, boy?
What? Why can't I say it? This did interest of both. There we go. Wow. Oh my god, that was painful. Jesus Christ. Fuck my life.
What was that?
I don't know.
There's like a wall, and you just.
I genuinely don't know. That was the biggest brain fart I had in my entire life.
We're doing snacks.
We're doing free-straight candies. That's God way of telling me to stop talking.
Yes, it is.
Anyways, stop! Don't squeeze down the gentle. Anyways, we have the Jolly Ranchers.
We have freeze-dried Jolly Ranchers.
Freeze-dried saltwater taffies. The
freeze-dried saltwater taffies.
Which you fucking see them here. The freeze-dried Skittles.
Freeze-dried Skittles.
Everyone likes the Skittles. I feel like we should try that first.
Okay, this is where I bring up something that I wanted to tell him hours ago that I couldn't tell him hours ago because I said I was going to say it for this. I'm sorry to disappoint you. Everyone on the internet probably lied to you. Literally, both of those checkers, when you left the store, they saw the one I got and they're like, that's the best one. I don't know why he got the Skittles. They suck.
Okay, that's two people compared to everyone else.
Sure, it's the two people selling them to us.
But I will also say, both of those...
How much do you trust people on the internet?
Not many. Exactly. But there's a few people that I do kind of. That I'm like, okay, maybe. But I will say this. There's also opinions from other people. And like us, we don't really like to form things until we tried it ourselves.
Sure, so let's try it. Yeah. Break out the Skittles first.
I am willing to...
We'll end with the freeze-dried Jolly Ranchers because that was the one they liked the best.
Fair. I will say this.
And I trust my local shopkeepers a little bit more than I trust the internet peoples.
I will say this. It would not be the first time I shit on the internet for liking something that... Ooh, it feels weird. Here.
Okay, you gonna try green? I'll try green too. It does feel weird. It's like the candy outside kind of stayed there and just split open and the white crap in the middle. White crap in the middle is kind of... Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it tastes like Skittle, alright.
That...
I'm gonna get one of each flavor, I think.
Yeah, go on. I feel like... I don't know how I feel about these.
It's,
Like, I get it to an extent.
Alright, everyone. I'm going to save you like $10 right here. Get a normal bag of Skittles. And instead of chewing and swallowing them, just chew them until there's nothing but the granular sugar in your mouth. And that's all this is.
No.
It just skips the steps where it's chewy and goes straight to the granulated sugar.
Honestly, yeah. I was wondering.
Which makes sense because it's freeze-dried, right? So it's just like basically deconstructing.
Yeah, like when you look at the footage of it, it is just popping up the whole sugar.
Yeah, but unlike I feel like the other candies might be more interesting than the Skittle one because with Skittles, they already get like this in your mouth after just like a minute of chewing them. Especially if you've ever done like a mouthful of Skittles and just chewed them until they were like just the crystal and sugar. That's it. It's just biting into it and instantly making that.
Yeah, like
I do like that just because I really like Skittles.
No, yeah, that's not bad.
I think I'd rather still eat a Skittle.
Like, oh yeah, I'd say that it's not bad, but for the price you would have to pay for those, just get regular Skittles.
Yeah, you could get like what 6 packs of regular Skittles. How much were these?
Huh?
How much were these?
I don't know.
Did you look at your bill?
I didn't get the receipt.
Oh. You know what this is, though? If you want to eat Skittles at the movie theater, this is the best way to piss off whatever date you brought to the movie theater.
Wait, why?
Imagine you're in the middle of a romance scene, and your date just hears this. You're just like crunching cereal next to her.
I'm not gonna lie, that just sounds like a little bit harder caramel popcorn.
I don't know. In my head, with my mouth, I don't know. In my mouth, it sounds a bit loud.
Wait, which...
To my own head, it sounds loud chewing this.
Okay, stop eating this. Let's try
But it's Skittles. I like Skittles.
No, I like Skittles too. We're gonna try everything else. Okay, this is a saltwater taffy one.
Alright. What are the flavors of saltwater taffy?
I don't know.
It's harder to get a full range of these, so we'll just do a flavor to each.
Okay. Oh!
Banana.
It's like cotton candy. It's like a stiffer version of cotton candy.
No, you know what that's like?
Oh, that's a lot.
You know meringues? They're those, like the hard French candy that turns solid. It's like exactly like this.
I think so. Maybe, I think so.
It's like they made meringues that are flavored like saltwater taffy.
Oh.
I think they're called meringues.
Oh! I'm not gonna lie. I low-key don't like this.
You're not the only one. Honestly, they shit on the Skittles a lot after you left. They sure been shit on that.
This one's not that good.
Honestly, it made me take ones I know I like. I know I love banana toffee. First one I had was banana. I was expecting it to be lemon. It was banana. And I normally like that a lot. And I didn't like it that much. I didn't dislike it that much. This grape one, though, I hate. I don't like this at all. I'm delaying putting the rest in my mouth.
I was gonna say I would have the rest. So I gotta try that.
Oh, alright.
You put it on your fucking mouth already. I'm not fucking taking it. Try the grape one, I guess.
That's not grape, dude. That's Neapolitan.
Is there no more? Did you take the only grape in the bag?
Don't me. Listen. You don't want it. Trust me. Eat a couple grape Skittles. They're better.
I don't like this.
Nah, those are not good.
They like the taffy. That was not good. That was not good.
It's not. Okay. It's not as good. Taffy is not as good when it's not taffy.
Honestly, yeah, like that. These are doable because they still are Skittles.
They're Skittles. They're just Skittles that just skipped over the middle step.
They just skipped the step. Those
were not meant to be like that.
No.
It's like it concentrated the flavor.
Yeah.
Because like it doesn't have whatever fibrous mesh there is to attach onto in the taffy.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
And it makes it like the taste sticks in your mouth. Like it sticks to the roof of my mouth. It's
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. After that, I don't know how these are gonna be.
This was the one we got the most positive thing from them. I want to try the blue raspberry in particular.
All right.
I wish it lasted longer.
This one brings up the most flavor for that.
Yeah.
I see why they like that one. Oh.
This is delicious. It's Jolly Rancher. But like you're eating the whole Jolly Rancher at once. And it's weird. My mouth is almost expecting to bite down and like break.
But it's not.
Whoa. I've said this before. I don't know with what, but I've said this before on this podcast.
What?
Something like this. Like I bit down, expecting a different texture or something. I don't know, I got a weird sense of deja vu for a second.
I don't ever remember you saying this.
I feel like the other one was about ice or something.
Oh!
That's wild.
Maybe, actually.
Because it's something about it being the flavor of something. I was expecting, I couldn't chew it normally.
I think this was when you had like your couple like cranberry juice. We were having a whole thing about that.
Oh yeah, maybe. Damn, I was hoping there was another green apple in there. I don't see one. I'd like to try green apple. If there's another one in there.
I'm not gonna lie. I think I do like the Skittles one the most. Like
I like the Skittles one the most because of its flavor, but because it's a Skittle. But if you're going for a unique experience, I do think this is the best option.
Okay, yeah. Basically,
because this you can get by just eating your Skittle and not swallowing.
Yeah. Basically, this is like the safe option. This is like, I don't know, the more wild option. Because I can see why someone could not like this. Because that's an intense flavor.
If you like Jolly Rancher ice cream, I know there's a Jolly Rancher ice cream now.
Yeah.
I think this would be fascinating to put on your Jolly Rancher ice cream.
Like crush it up and like sprinkle it on there.
Yeah.
Ooh, actually.
Exactly, like sprinkles. Okay. I know Jolly Rancher ice cream thing. I haven't been able to try it just because I'm a diabetic. I don't normally have candy like this. But if you're out there and that's any good and you like that shit, this would be good on that. Freeze dried Jolly Ranchers. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna get myself an apple if there's an apple in here. God damn it! I want to try an apple. Oh shit! There's a bunch of crystalline shit. There's one at the bottom. Do you see that?
Where?
Fucking troll.
Oh my god! Like there
is one fucking green one at the bottom under all this crystalline.
Oh my god! I see it. I have
to get diabetes all over again in order to get this.
No. We'll okay. Well,
I'm gonna snort this pile of crystalline sugar that came out.
No.
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna eat it. Okay.
Huh? No.
Let me eat it.
No.
I will. I will.
No.
Isaiah.
No.
Isaiah.
No.
You have to let me eat it.
No. I don't have to. No.
Yes.
No.
For science.
No.
Dude, you can't get on my ground. Ants, dude. You really cannot.
I will sweep up. We take a pause and sweep up. I'm not letting you eat that.
Why not?
Huh?
Give me a good reason.
You know why, you fucking diabetes.
Give me a good one.
That's a good reason. I will.
Hey, I'm not eating. I'm just eating what's on my finger.
I will give me the box. I will do it. I will do it. Give me it.
You can't do it.
I don't give a fuck.
Let me get rid of it. Isaiah.
No.
Let me get rid of it.
No. Give it to me.
Isaiah.
No. Give it to me. No. Give it to me. No.
Hold out your hand.
Okay.
Hold out your hand. I'm not trusting you with it, so hold out your hand. Just hold.
Okay.
Just let. There. I get this little bit.
Fine. You fucking know you can't have this. That was...
It's worth tasting the paper.
That's a book, dog.
It's a very sweet book. Also, go get that broom. We do have to sweep this up.
Okay.
We got an ant problem in this house. You can't be doing that shit, dude.
My apologies. I want to save a friend.
I take medicine so I can do stupid shit.
Dad.
You never gave me the apple.
Yeah, well, now you can wait.
Ooh,
that's your punishment.
We're going to pause here for a second. We'll be back after these messages. We're back.
Alright. Hello. So like I said before, we're doing our top 10 Husbandos list. We're gonna jump. You gotta stop that.
Stop what?
You gotta stop that. Whatever. Just you drinking, bro.
Husbando time? We doing Husbandos?
Sure, bro. Sure.
Alright.
You want to start or should I? Actually, you start. Do your honorable mentions.
No. I want to do honorable mentions before we get to the most controversial.
No, just do it now.
Well, no, because if I do my honorable mentions, it spoils the list because my honorable mentions are mostly things I would have picked, except for that I picked one from their series instead of them. So my honorable mentions, it gives away the list. So we'll do it after the list. Honorable mentions after the list.
Alright.
Are we
as long as it's before or after, I don't really care. You want to go first or should I?
Are we going top down or bottom up?
Bottom up. So 10 to 1.
Okay.
What? Why are you so...
It just means that we're going to have a fight pretty early on.
Alright, go.
I'm starting?
Yeah.
My start, I fucked up on my ordering, and I forgot to put this on the list at all. This husbando been through thick and thin. It's a fantastic father. And an even more fantastic father figure.
Fuck!
It's Uncle Iroh from Avatar: The Last Airbender, and it's actually my number one, but I can't believe I forgot him until after I made my list, so I had to just shove him down at 10 to make my list easier to write.
I forgot somebody.
Who'd you forget? No, we'll get to it. You'll have honorable mentions too now. There you go.
I refuse to put him in the honorable mentions.
Alright, then put him in your 10. Replace your 10 and put your 10 in honorable mentions. Do what I did. If he's that important.
Hold on. Fuck, where would I put him? You know what, I'll just I'll get to a place. Which is good, because my 10 was like, I do really like you, but I don't want to put you on this list because you were actually very toxic and I don't like you.
Who was it?
Well, no, I do really like him, but he is very toxic. Domu.
Who?
So, it's like, no. Demon Slayer. You know how all the demons of Upper 5 get together? You know the pretty boy looking one? Yeah, him. I'd let that man ravage me.
Not a husbando.
I'd let that man eat
just a hottie toddy.
That's what husbandos mostly are, dude. Yeah. And to be fair, like I said,
Mise.
No, hold on.
Making us aware early on about how shit is tasted.
No, and also I will say this. I also stated this before the podcast, like I talked to you. I struggled so fucking hard to get an actual good list because most of the people I watch are just shit.
I struggled so hard limiting it to 10. Limiting it to 10 plus my honorable mentions.
I will also say you just watch, I don't know if you pulled from them, but you watch far more romance than I do.
Oddly enough, I only pulled from 2 romance options.
Really?
Yeah.
And
shit. One of them I call a romance because it's popular with the romance crowd, but it's not a romance option at all, actually. It's actually like it's a fantasy epic.
But that's an honorable mention. My number 10 now would be Gojo.
I'll be honest, I don't think he's a good father figure.
Oh, I don't think you either.
I don't even think he's a good husbando material because I think he's borderline villainous.
I don't disagree.
He's extraordinarily selfish.
This one was another hottie patati type of pick of just like, you know what?
I mean, he is a hottie toddy. I'll give you that. He's a hot piece of blue-eyed, white-haired ass. Alright.
But I would say from here on out, I think I have at least
I'm just saying, so far it's Uncle Iroh. One of the best father figures and men in all fucking anime-dom.
I would put him in there. I would put him on my list.
Up against Gojo, a guy who can't even keep most of his charges alive for more than a mission or 2. The same.
Can you stop eating the fucking sugar on the table? Also, I admit those picks are great. I was just struggling. And I didn't think I'd go. But at the same time, I at least need to be semi-attracted to you. Admittedly, I'm not attracted to Kyra. I'm not.
Hold on. Season 3, Wartime Iroh. I could get if you're not into Silver Foxes, I could get that. But
I forgot about
do you not remember?
I forgot about season 3. I forgot about season 3 War.
Also, do you not remember there are pictures of young Iroh and he looks hot as fuck?
True. Okay.
He is a hot boy.
Okay.
He is a hot boy.
Young Iroh, I understand.
He is cuter than his brother.
Hold on. Yes.
Who is a handsome man.
Hold on. Yes, there is young Iroh, but I would assume we take the character.
You see how his son turned out?
But I would assume we take the character as we know them as for the majority, which is Silver Fox Iroh. But I will say, I did forget about
Wartime. Take him as we know him. We can take him and take our characters from any point in their lives, as far as I'm concerned. You can pick and choose different versions of them. Because otherwise, what if I chose this character who's a villain, but whose greatest moments define him is so much more than that? My number 1 pick flies in the face of that rule. Fuck you.
Okay, alright. All right, what's your number 9?
My number 9 is Lelouch Lamperouge from Code Geass.
I'm not doing this with you. I'm not doing this with you. I'm not doing this with you. That's a trash. You calling my taste trash?
Yep.
You calling my taste trash and you pick fucking Lelouch, you're trash.
No. Hey, no. Come back. No, you're trash. Explain yourself, you're trash. All in due time, viewers. All in good time.
I'm not gonna lie, part of that was me to get my charge. Part of that was me. But bro.
Lelouch Lamperouge. Check this out.
No.
Lelouch Lamperouge is a great husbando. For multiple reasons. 1, he's incredibly intelligent. 2, he's incredibly caring. 3, he is absolutely dedicated to those he loves. With such an absolution that most people will never, ever have most even great characters don't have the balls to be as dedicated and giving as Lelouch Lamperouge.
Man, the manipulation he puts on his loved ones, so caring, so daring.
Unironically, I will give you, he saves the world. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, dude, you don't put your family members through that. Realistically, that was bad. Like I get
he didn't.
I get
he didn't. He didn't put his family members through that. He tried everything he could to keep his sister away from it all. He tried everything he could. When he discovered familiar relations or had the characters rediscover their familiar relations to him, he tried everything he could not to fuck up his family, including his family who was oppositional to him, his enemies. He, every opportunity, could have command people to just murder the shit out of themselves. He doesn't. He's unironically actually a great man. And check this out. He also is a great teacher with a really important lesson in responsibility. He fucks up big time in his efforts to save the world, and he pays the ultimate price, and he doesn't pay it because of karmic justice. He pays it because he sets himself up for the biggest sacrifice anyone could make. And unlike almost any other case where people do sacrifice themselves, it was totally and completely justified and probably the absolute best thing to do. And even though I still haven't seen the sequel series, apparently, even so thoroughly planned, that it wasn't even that big a self-sacrifice. He is absolutely, unequivocally, a good option for this list. Now, I put him at the lowest possible rank because, as a technicality, if, say, he were to father a child, he would have to be an absentee father because of his life decisions.
That is a big one.
But he'd be an absentee father who had saved his children and the whole world from a much worse fate.
That's too much drama in my life. I can't do that. I get your logic, and for you it works. Just that's too much for me, dog. I'm not trying to have all that. Keep that shit away from me.
There are a couple sacrificers in this list.
Man,
there are a couple people who sacrificed their lives in this list, and one controversial one who I didn't put in my list because of that sacrifice.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so what was it? Where
you're number 9.
9.
It's
music. This is what we're gonna fight about. Because I know you don't like him. I do.
Like who?
Tengen.
Tengen.
Yeah.
Who?
The Sound Hashira.
The Sound Hashira?
Yeah.
Which Hashira is that?
That's the one for the entertainment district.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
The one that picks favorites amongst his 3 wives and would be an awful father figure.
I don't know where. First of all, I think he'd actually be a really good father figure.
Really?
Second of all,
what does he do with the people in his charge? Because he
fucking rescued them with the
young demon slayers, and not only for personal reasons put them in danger, but for personal reasons put the people closest to him in danger. He put his very wives in the way of danger in situations they had no control over and were not prepared for. He actually made every wrong decision possible. He is actually a terrible fucking option.
If you're both agreeing to it, I don't see the problem. If this is a team thing that you're working on, I don't see the problem. As a matter of fact,
the problem is that they don't have the ability to actually say no. They are essentially, with how his relationship dynamic works, they are essentially wife slaves.
Hold on, we don't know that.
Yeah, we do. We actually do. We intimately do. They swear fealty to him.
No,
not romantic fealty. They swear actual servitude to him.
First of all,
yes, they do.
That is not how that works.
Yes, they do. It is how it works. They explicitly swear servitude. In fact, multiple of them are explicit servants before their wives.
No,
fuck you. No, you're actually no. You're actually just this is bad choice.
No, oh, bad choice. Bad choice. Lelouch with your fucking drama and shit. No, fuck you.
What did Lelouch do to his family?
Huh?
The Lelouch?
Put them through too much fucking drama, made one of them commit mass fucking genocide.
He didn't put them through any drama. Dude, Lelouch's dad put his whole family through drama. Lelouch did it. Lelouch fixed the drama. What drama did Lelouch cause?
Bro, making his sister kill all those people in the fucking ground, making his sister go through all that fucking shit. I'm sorry,
bro, did he do that on purpose? No. He did not do that on purpose.
Just because his actions doesn't mean that it was a mistake. It's still something he fucking caused. It's still something he fucking caused. Okay, if we're
judging people based off their mistakes, then fuck you, you're wrong. Doesn't matter whether they consented to it. He made the mistake of sending them in there. Fuck you.
And what does he do? He goes in there and fucking rescue them.
Actually, he doesn't. He sends in more people under his charge that he has a responsibility to look out for and sends them in unsupervised.
He gets other people, but he's still around to fucking.
Why can't he do it?
Huh?
Why can't he do it?
Because he's too old to do it. He doesn't look. He can't do the part.
Why can't he do it?
He can't do the part.
What part?
The part of dressing up like the lady.
Why does he need to dress up like a lady?
Because he needs other younger people to infiltrate that.
Why?
Because he expressed
no, he doesn't.
No, they do. No, they do. No, you're not even letting me complete it. You're not even letting me talk. They express the fact that with the entertainment district, you're more likely to be taken in when you are a younger girl than an older girl.
Oh, even if you dressed up like I agree with that. Why does anyone need to be taken in?
In order to infiltrate, you need.
Nope.
Yes, his whole purpose. His whole purpose. I don't care if they're ninjas.
Are they ninjas?
I don't care. The whole purpose.
Are they ninjas?
Are you gonna let me finish? You've cut me off 5 times now.
You cut me off actually this time. I asked a question.
Yeah, and I said no. But let me explain. They're not ninjas. Doesn't matter.
My question wasn't for you to explain why they're not ninjas. My question was to point out that they're ninjas, and then to explain why it's fucking stupid that you'd have someone infiltrate who's not a ninja, who's not trained, and why you could just sneak in.
He still needed other people to infiltrate that, and he was still sneaking around.
Why?
It would take forever for him by himself to do that because the entertainment shit is huge, and they have. I'm not supposed to fucking yell. Entertainment is huge. Mm-hmm. And they have a lot of safeguards that prevent people like that to just sneak around as easily.
No, they don't.
Even said that.
Actually, they don't. In fact, it's not a problem at all. Anytime he wants to visit, for him to sneak around the fucking city. In fact, it's not even a problem for anyone else to sneak around the city. It's not even a problem for them to sneak around. It's not. You're just wrong. The entertainment district is garbage because it was shittily conceived, shittily written. It was just not very good. It takes a bunch of premises and it's trying to have fun with a thing while not doing that thing properly and not explaining why it actually needs to be done. The real reason it needs to be done is because he's a selfish prick and he has a limited imagination, and also he's not skilled enough or responsible enough to make the right decisions.
I think he cares about his wife enough. I think he'd be a good father. Suck my fucking dick. What is your
his wives all would have died and would have been his fault. He's a horrible husband.
What is your next option?
My number 8 is Izumi Miyamura from Horimiya.
I haven't watched Horimiya.
He's the main boy. He's cute. He's super nice. He'd make a great father. He's hot.
Okay.
I actually really love his and the main character, the main female protagonist. Dynamic too. They're just super adorable together.
Nice. I haven't watched it yet, so I can't really argue on that one. So.
It's a good choice.
Nice.
And he'd be really understanding. We had kids together. Understand. He has like a rebellious streak, so he get the rebellious side. He's also a super sweet dude, so he'd be good at raising kids right.
No, I get that. Just hearing you say that, I don't know why it was funny in my mind. We're number 8, right? We're on number 8, right?
Yeah.
I hate the way you drink, and I know you don't drink like this normally.
I do.
No, you don't. I've seen you drink normal. I've seen you drink normal.
I don't think you pay attention to me drinking normally because I do.
No.
The only time I don't drink like this is in the car when I can't afford the space to properly drink it.
I don't get why you drink like this, man.
It's better.
No, it's not. It's gross.
It's better.
It's gross.
It is better.
No, it's not. It's gross.
Do your number 8.
Fucking gross ass.
8. 8.
My number 8 is Kakashi.
Cool. Expand. It's your number 8, bruh. Why are you expecting me to explain your number 8? Go.
I don't know why I was expecting
words today, man. Hesitation.
Yes, there we go. He's a solid dude.
Mm-hmm.
Shows a lot of care.
Yep.
Gives a lot of sacrifice.
Sure does.
Great teacher.
Sure.
Does a lot. He's just really cool, caring dude.
He is.
Yeah. Only reason he's kind of low is surprisingly I really don't find him that attractive. I don't know what it is. It's like the
low key kind of same. He's cute, but
yeah. I just gotta sit there and just like I don't know.
The litter boxes, both of them.
I'll take care of them.
Okay.
You're just gonna have to cut that out, future Isaiah.
Fair. Okay, what were we on? 7?
I'm on my 7.
Yeah. What's your 7?
But you're not gonna explain.
I did. I just did.
My 7 is Hawk from Yona of the Dawn.
Oh.
What?
Give me him. I was gonna fight you so hard.
What the fuck did you think I was gonna say?
I was just going to say Hawk from My Hero Academia. I'm like, you're fucking insane.
No, Hawk Hak from Yona of the Dawn.
Okay, all right. I haven't watched that, but expand. Go ahead.
So he's like the captain of the guard. But beyond that, he's witty, he's fun, he's funny, and he's hot. And even beyond all that, something that really endears him to me specifically, he's the captain of the guard, and he's the foremost master of the spear. My favorite melee weapon, my favorite martial weapon of all time, maybe. The way he uses a spear, I trust him with any stick. Man, holy shit, that guy can wield a stick.
So what you're saying is that he's just spear daddy.
He's my spear daddy. Hard. Listen, he's just.
Oh my god,
he's so good. He's.
Oh, great. I bet he is. I bet he's good at using that spear.
He really is.
Oh
man, and the dexterity he shows with his fingers in that spear.
No,
just
I bet his thrusting
otherworldly.
I bet his thrusting motion are just
his thrusts are the most powerful I've ever seen.
Are you done?
He's got reach and flexibility.
Are you done?
Okay, yeah. Who's your number 7?
Jesus Christ. It's Shisui from Bleach.
Which one's that? That's not Straw Hat, is it?
Huh?
Who's that?
Oh, that is Straw Hat. Yeah.
It is Straw Hat.
Yeah.
Bad choice. He's not even a good boyfriend, dude.
He's so mellow and fucking nonchalant, but still caring.
He barely cares. He's nonchalant, alright. He's way too nonchalant. He's so nonchalant that he doesn't actually put his relationships with others first and foremost. He lets them go by the wayside, or even worse, ignores them completely. He has a history with the cat girl that fucking fell through because he's a shit boyfriend.
Wrong straw hat. No, wrong straw hat. You're thinking of smart guy straw hat, right? There's 2 straw hats.
God damn it.
There's 2 straw hats. You're thinking of Urahara.
Okay. I'm thinking of Urahara.
Yeah, the one that runs the shop with the cat. I was like, cat girl? What the fuck?
Okay, never mind. Okay,
no.
Which straw hat is this?
This is one of the main captains. He's the one that has like the pink kimono on.
One of the main captains. I should have met him then, right? I'm doing that. I'm after that arc. I'm in the bounces. I should know him, right?
Bounces? Oh God, that's
the
right.
The worst term for vampire of all time. Yeah. So I should know who this is, right? Am I just forgetting?
First of all, I hate Bleach fillers so much. When I found out how much of that show was actually canon, it frustrated me.
Bounce.
It went down so far on my score.
Bounces.
Oh my God.
Anyway, show me a picture. Show me a picture if you got him. Because I, for the life of me, can't imagine anyone.
I was about to say, I was like, wait, what the fuck? And I was just like, oh my God, here we go.
Manga, you know who might be a really good husbando?
Who?
What's her name's brother?
Byakuya?
Yeah. If you're gonna choose a villain to be a husbando, he's revealed to be working for the right side, really. So he's good on that sacrifice bit.
This guy.
I could get that.
Okay.
He's still a little bit too lax, and he.
That's why he's not.
He doesn't do his job.
That's why
he's sworn to. So I'm gonna say. Okay, choice.
That's why he's not super high. It is what it is. Like falls there where it's just like, yeah, I would like you. You'd be cool, but like,
he'd be an absentee father. I'm sorry. He'd go out for cigarettes and be out all day. He'd come back after you were like in bed.
No.
Yeah, he'd be out there just smoking, just doing nothing. He wouldn't even be doing anything.
No. Knowing his
if you
lore,
had kids,
knowing his,
he'd just be out.
Knowing his lore and all of his shit, that would change him. Like that would be the one. Like if you were just dating Mary, he'd be like.
We all like to think that would change. Him. We all like to think that would change. But the fact of the matter is, it doesn't change.
No, I swear to God, he's way sweeter than that.
Here's my supplement evidence. No, here's my evidence.
No, this is
my evidence. He didn't do the thing he was sworn to do, even in the arc he was doing it in.
Which arc? Because that matters.
The arc where he's protecting Ruhia from the one where he's trying to defend the fucking White Tower.
Wait, but that kind of matters because he also... that matters because he fights Old Man Yamato because he knows that this is wrong that they're doing this to Ruhia.
Yeah, exactly. So he goes against his oath.
Don't you kind of...
He's an oath breaker.
Don't you kind of want that, though? Someone who can...
Do I want oath breaker if I'm going to be married to him?
Okay, hold on.
Do I want to go out and be like, oh, man, this ain't the right fucking husband for me. I feel like it's more righteous today to bang that butt over there.
Okay. You know what I mean.
He an oath breaker.
Okay.
Once an oath breaker, always an oath breaker.
No, stop. You know exactly what I mean.
Infidel.
No, you know exactly what I mean. You know exactly what I mean when I say that.
I do.
I'm about to say that one.
I do.
Sure, he didn't go to his duties, but for like a good reason. I just think you're being
overly charitable to him.
He did it for a good reason.
That he didn't really have evidence for. He didn't. As much as the main characters might, he didn't. He just had a gut feeling, and you know it. He had a gut feeling, and there was nothing else to go on.
I mean, even the claim was still ridiculous.
Sure.
No, I feel like you're being a little hard. I feel like you're being like
I hold my husbandos to a higher standard than that.
And I would like them that if they see injustice, that they don't just follow orders, but they go
and I want to know that my husband's going to be there when I wake up in the morning.
Hey, he can as long as you're not being a fucking skink.
I don't know.
You know what those rules are doing? It was him being a fucking skink. Either way, though.
If he's willing to break one oath for the supposed honor of something else. What's to stop him from breaking his oath to me and my child to go off and do something, some quest?
So you would have rather him go ahead and killing Rukia?
Did I say that?
It sounds like it. It sounds like it. You may not say that directly,
like
but
that.
there's context, there's reading in between the lines, there's little nuances.
Listen, I'm just saying.
Just because you don't say it directly doesn't mean that's what you implied.
While I would have rather he killed Rukia, I still wouldn't marry him for him doing what he done.
So what you're saying is that you, regardless no matter what he did, it would look bad. He could have killed Rukia and be like, oh, it's a bad person. Could have gone against her and be like, oh, you're a bad person.
He could have killed Rukia, and it would have been a bad action for the right reasons, which I would have respected more.
I think you're just trash. But we've been on this long enough. What's your 6? 6?
Yeah, we're on 6. My 6 is Kakashi from Naruto. I think he'd be a great dad. He's funny. He's cute. He's not the most handsome, but damn, you know what he can do? He's been reading up on his smut. He knows how to work it. I know he does.
For women, not men.
Listen, it's okay. It's okay. We're choosing husbandos. Listen, what if he's into me like he is into women? Listen. I'll use whatever Naruto hentai ninjutsu.
Sexy jutsu.
I'll use sexy jutsu. I mean, it's literally called hentai jujutsu. You know that, right? It's pervert jujutsu.
Why do you call it jujutsu? Okay, yeah, I get it. It's just hentai jutsu.
Hentai jutsu, whatever. Hentai jutsu.
Listen, we watch dubs in this house, so it's sexy jutsu.
Point is, he know how to work it. He's got great skills. He shows he's an excellent teacher and father figure. And
oh, yeah, you want that 1,000 years of death, don't you? I'm mad you guys thinking about it.
I'm not thinking about it. I'm just
fantasizing about it.
Not denying it.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, who's your number 6?
Lloyd Forger. Go on. What's the problem with this?
Lloyd Forger. Which one's Lloyd Forger?
Spy X Family.
Not much. He's a good choice.
Okay. I like him. He's cute. Nice dad. Him and Anya have very nice relationship. That's why I wanted a father. Obviously I wouldn't know if he was a spy. I would hope he's not dating before mission. That's, I think, the only negative thing.
That's the thing. Would he only date you for a mission?
Yeah.
And when that mission's over, is he going to leave you? Is the question.
That's
because as far as we can tell, yeah. If the rule is if he would only date you for a mission, yeah.
Yeah. I put him on the assumption that it's not, but
here's the thing. I think the assumption has to be made that he would, because he'd only date for a mission. And the thing is, you would have to work as hard to keep him interested in you as his current love interest does. Yeah. You would have to show extraordinary talent, skill, and dedication in order to really catch his eye.
Yeah,
he would leave you after the mission if you didn't.
That's why he's on the higher 5, because it's on the level of, I can't deny he does in fact have good father skills, whether it's for the mission or not. Well, but at the same time,
does he have good fathering skills? I'm not so sure. I actually don't think he does.
I think it comes
without honest mind reading, I don't think he actually succeeds as a father.
Let me say this. I think the things that...
you know what?
Hold on.
Okay, you made me think about it, and now I'm actually thinking he might not be a good option.
Hold on. I would say that the things that he do wouldn't necessarily be either purposeful or malicious. I think he'd give like an honest attempt.
I don't think
it just would be not.
I don't think apathy makes you a better father.
Well, no, I would say that like he would give an honest attempt. He definitely would seem like he'd care. He definitely seems like he's trying.
As long as it's for the mission.
I don't know if he'd get everything right, but it's okay because parenting is hard. Parenting is difficult.
Especially parenting alone when he leaves you because the mission's over.
Listen, there's a reason why he's not higher. It's just I can't deny he's got a lot of charm. He's got potential.
No skills. Lie, I think my top list is gonna wreck your top list now.
I mean, potentially. I don't know. Okay, what's your 4? Are you on 4?
My 5.
Oh, you're 5. Wait. Oh, yeah.
My 5. So I'm only picking one from each series. So my 5, there was some hard competition for, is Edward Elric from Fullmetal Alchemist. Yep, you heard me.
What the fuck?
Edward is the best father figure in Fullmetal Alchemist.
What? You're gonna need to explain that one to me because I don't know if I agree.
We will expand upon that.
No, now.
When if I make the statement I have to mention an honorable mention.
That's fine.
His only real competition in Fatherhood Dumb. In terms of a best place.
Hold on.
There are a lot of...
Hold on.
Uh-huh.
I swear to God, if you're going to say what I'm about to say, I might actually just end the podcast right now. If you say what I think you're about to say, I will actually just end the podcast and we'll do the next one. Because I'm not about to. That might actually make me mad.
I think there are 2 really good alternative best father options in Fullmetal Alchemist.
I swear to God.
One of them is Roy Mustang, who's a great husbando, but he's a little bit emotionally scarred and distant, even for his primary partner, Hawkeye, who has a very personal background connection with him. I think it would be difficult to make a relationship work in the long term, so I made him an honorable mention, despite him being a very good choice.
Okay.
And the reason I chose Edward over the other obvious choice, which is Maze Hughes.
Alex
is the other best choice in Fullmetal Alchemist, and the only reason Maze isn't on the list, it's a good reason.
No.
The only reason Maze Hughes isn't on this list is because his dedication to his job got him killed, meaning that he will never be there for his daughter's even 12th birthday.
That's not his fault.
It is. He chose far outside the scope of his job to dedicate himself to a task that could have been done by his subordinates as effectively as by him, and also made decisions in the heat of the moment to, instead of securing his life and the ability to fight on another day, instead to warn his best friend, which got him killed. He chose military duty and friendship over his wife and daughter, which puts him one peg below Edward Elric, who sacrifices omniscience and omnipower, as well as touching the truth, and not only sacrifices those, showing more wisdom than his years should count him for, but better thought, judgment, and intelligence than he has any right to show. His choices, including his self-sacrifice and his refusal to sacrifice either his life or the life of others, puts him one step above Maze Hughes, an otherwise excellent and beautiful father figure.
Okay.
Do you disagree?
I'm going to move on.
Do you disagree?
If we stay on this, I am either going to actually cry or I'm actually going to walk home. I'm so upset that you phrased it that way. I'm not mad. I'm genuinely disappointed.
Why are you upset that I phrased that
because
way?
the fact that you would... we can't. We can't. The fact that you would trivialize the way he died
I
and
wouldn't
his aspect.
the way he does.
Yes.
No.
The fact that you would put him under Eric for the sole reason of that is insane to me and genuinely disappointing. That you would look at it as a mistake.
Oh, it was a mistake
to his family of just not giving it to a subordinate. It
was absolutely a mistake.
I can't. Alex, we can't.
It was a mistake.
Alex, we can't.
Maze Hughes
Alex
was a flawed and not perfect individual.
I will actually walk out.
Whose main arc, whose character flaw gets him killed. The lesson of Maze Hughes exists for the audience for a reason. Maze Hughes is wonderful. The sweetest father maybe portrayed in anime. But is flawed. And his flaws got him killed. And his flaws make him less than the ideal choice in his anime.
Number one.
That was my 5. So we're on 5.
Okay, my 5 is Rengoku.
Who's Rengoku?
Are you serious?
I'm horrible with names. Remind me who Rengoku is.
Rengoku. The Rengoku. Mugen Train, dude.
Oh.
Very caring, very loving, of all people. Bombastic energy, quite like that. I feel like him being a father, he'd have a lot of energy with the kids, a lot of energy playing, teach them a lot of both good habits and good life lessons. I feel like he would be a very good father.
He's certainly a very good older brother. He just has this lethal character flaw that gets him killed.
What's your number 3, bro? What's your number 4, bro?
My number 4 is Kraft Lawrence from Spice and Wolf. He's the main character of Spice and Wolf. He's the spice part of Spice and Wolf. He's a spice trader. He's brilliant. He's a pretty handsome feller. He knows how to cook the books. And he's got a great choice of women, at least. He's super intelligent. He's shown to be a very good patron figure, father figure. He's just a good choice. He's just a solid all-around choice. Very dedicated to those he loves. And unlike many other characters, he doesn't have a fatal character flaw that removes him from his children's life.
Okay, we're gonna need to take a break.
Well, we're back from break. Editor Isaiah, you get to look over a nice cringe compilation.
Oh man, what a yeah. It was interesting. It was interesting. Very nice bonding moment me and Buck Fang had. Oh wait, why the fucking hello fucking Spice and Wolf?
We got Kraft Lawrence.
Why'd you like him again? Just run through the fucking.
He's just super dependable.
Is he a crook?
What?
Isn't he like a crook?
No, he's a merchant.
He does something bad. He does something. I remember.
He gets like cheated and crap, and then he pulls a scheme, but it's like a financial scheme. It's not like he steals a bunch of money from people.
Yeah.
It's that he schemes to get money from people.
Hey, a scheme is still a scheme.
Legally?
Hey,
question mark?
Hey, a scheme is still a scheme. Okay.
He is a schemer. I'll give him that. But he's brilliant. He's brilliant, and he's dedicated, and he's loving, and I've just seen way too much porn with him in it. Hold on, dude.
No, listen, I fucking get it. Just fuck you. Okay, whatever.
I mean, it's true.
What are we on? We're on our top 3s now, right?
No. That was my 4, which means you're on your 4.
Oh, that's right. My bad. I keep doing it weirdly because of this thing. Okay, this one. I know there's gonna be problems, and I know I'm gonna fight. Fight super hard for this one.
Fight about this one?
I get it. I get the big issue with it, and I swear to God, my number 3 is Victor.
The groomer?
Stop!
The literal groomer, Victor?
Stop! No, he's not. He's not really. No.
Really? Oh, so he doesn't take a younger. He doesn't take a younger boy into his tutelage, and then literally groom him into a relationship. No, he doesn't.
No, it's just for practice.
It's just for. He grooms him for practice.
No.
Oh
no, Alex.
What was that whole ring thing? What was that kissing thing? What was that?
It's because they both like each other, Alex.
Sure, yeah.
It's so mutual love,
anytime.
No,
a groomer grooms. It's mutual.
Alex, no,
yeah, it is. It is. That's Alex, the point of grooming, is that you train them to fall in love with you.
Why are you doing
this? To think
this?
it's okay.
He's a beautiful man. Why are you doing this?
He's a beautiful man.
You're going to make me hate this anime.
He's a
You're going to make me hate this man.
Grooming man. He's a well-groomed man.
You're going to make me hate this anime.
Beautiful.
And then you're gonna ask why I don't like this anime anymore. I'm gonna explain to you, and you're gonna be like, "Oh well, but you could still." No, I fucking can't, Alex. I can't because you fucking.
Doesn't just because I think their relationship is rocky at its base doesn't mean I don't think it's sweet.
Alex, the problem is when you put it the label of grooming to put emphasis to the whole thing and give it the fact that
you can groom adults.
Yes.
Then he groomed them.
Okay. What I'm telling you.
I was kind of hoping you'd say no, and that it was like a child thing, and then I could be well, he was a consenting adult.
No, well,
But
well, do you disagree? You can groom adults?
No, I do think.
Okay, I'm about to say.
That's why I think Victor's a groomer. Because he's a groomer.
Wait, was Yuri Yuri was an adult?
Yuri's an adult.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just,
yeah,
Alex.
Yep.
Alex.
What's up?
It's so bad.
God, I hope he's an adult. God, can you imagine if he was actually portrayed as 16 in the anime?
No, he's like, I'm pretty sure he's like 19 or 20.
How young is Yuri? Not Japanese Yuri.
Hold on.
Because he's the same age, right?
Hold on. He doesn't do anything with him though.
No.
He doesn't
do anything but if they're the same age.
Don't you?
If they're the same age.
No.
If Yuri and Yuri are the same age.
Alex.
Oh.
Alex.
Is he a child groomer?
No. One of us look. Hold on.
We're looking at two different things. You look for one Yuri, I'll look for the other Yuri. Yuri on Ice character ages.
Oh, he's 23.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. I'm about to say, I was like, yeah, 23 at the start of the series, turns 24 at the end.
Cool. Oh, Victor isn't much older. No. What? Did you read?
I don't know how accurate. Are you sure both the Yuris are the same age?
I don't know. Maybe not. Why? How old is Yuri? Yuri, who, by the way, is also possibly infatuated with Victor. How old is Yuri?
My life is ruined.
He's 15?
No. What the fuck?
Okay, they're definitely not the same age. Russian Yuri is 15, but Japanese Yuri is 23.
Alex doesn't do anything with him, though. Alex doesn't do anything with him, though. He doesn't.
Are you saying that you can't groom people online?
He doesn't do anything online, though.
I know. But people who are grooming online don't do anything. Do you think you don't groom them if it's all online?
Wait, what? He doesn't do anything to him online.
I know. Different thing. Do you think groomers can groom people from afar?
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yes. But what I'm saying is that he doesn't do anything. Like anything with Yuri.
Well,
with Russian Yuri.
We don't get to see what he did with Russian Yuri. Because remember, he was in Russia training Russian Yuri before and left him. Alex. Remember, that's the arc, is that Yuri is going after his senpai, his trainer, who has taken up a new boy's
Alex, it's just, for all we know, it's just training, Alex.
Listen, it probably
Alex,
is.
don't.
But I'm just saying, both Yuris are infatuated with Victor.
Alex, you know if I do this, I have to put this on my banned list. You do realize that. I can't have this, Alex. Don't do this to me. Don't break my heart, Alex.
This is your fault. My heartbeat?
No, that song's bad to me now. That song's bad to me now. You suck. You suck so much. You ruin everything that's good. Like, dude, you do realize this is the issue, right? That people have with you. When you go ahead and you fucking bring up this shit that just people just can't get past. But you sit there, it's like, but like. You could blah 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 blah. You could like, but no, Alex, I can't. I really can't. I can't because that's morally wrong, Alex. And I can't, Alex.
Is it
to groom a 15-year-old, Alex?
We're not talking about a 15-year-old,
Alex.
Let's say he left Russia because Yuri had become infatuated with him. He was doing the mature, responsible thing by putting distance between him and his student after his student had clearly developed an inappropriate relationship. See, now I've headcanoned Victor into good action.
We don't know that.
We also don't know the opposite is true. All I'm saying is, don't assume it's the wrong thing.
Okay, all right.
Maybe we just have to grapple with the fact that he does groom 23-year-old Yuri.
No.
And we just have to maybe grapple with the fact that it's not ethically black and white, but shades of gray. How unethical was it? Maybe not that unethical. They're not too far away in age. 23 to 27. It's not the worst gap in the world. In fact, I think Yuri turns 24 because he has a birthday, right? So let's be really nice, say 24 to 27. Not that bad a gap. Even though, under that assumption, time has passed and Yuri's probably 28. Let's say 24 to 27. Not that bad gap. 3 years, it's less than my parents had.
To be fair, you could be 23 to 24 and Yuri still be 27.
I agree. Now, the only part that's really shady is the teacher developing relationships for and exploiting the relationship closeness that he has with the student, and necessarily as part of his teaching, maybe his teaching happens to be on the more erotic side, which is why he kind of accidentally groomed the first Yuri too, probably, actually. The more I think about it,
Alex!
His teaching methods are inappropriate,
Alex!
And lead to that. It's a grooming behavior.
Alex.
It's a set of grooming behaviors that are explicitly part of his training. But maybe we also have to acknowledge that ice skate training itself is just sadly flooded with toxic behaviors that are too closely entwined with the physicality of skaters.
We need to move on before you ruin
the
the
relationships.
show. We need to move on before you ruin the show for me, like completely.
Okay, let's move on.
I will not be able to watch this show. You'll ask me why, and I'll slap you across the face.
It's time
because they will. I hope you understand that, right? I want you to take full responsibility. If I end up hating the show, this is your fault.
It's not. It's not.
No.
I don't hate the show, and I'm all about the ethical stuff, so it's not
okay,
me.
Here's the thing.
It can't be me.
Here's the thing.
It can't be my influence.
Here's the thing.
My influence would be enjoy it. Just acknowledge and discuss its flaws.
Okay, but you also know. Okay, this isn't a flaw where, they did some story beat right, so it did stuff. They are
Schindler's List.
Hold on. They are realistically, if we were to take everything into context, they are glorifying a groomed relationship.
Sure,
a imbalance of power of relationship.
In Schindler's List, Schindler is allied with the Nazi Party. He works for them, correct?
So I never watched Schindler's List. So
that movie glorifies someone who worked for the Nazis. He did many good things while and because of his relationship with the Nazis. He was able to save countless people. Actually, a specifically counted number of people that is very high. But he did great things. He explored his relationship with the Nazis to do great things. We can acknowledge that we show someone who is imperfect, who does some bad things, and has relationships with bad people who nonetheless have overwhelmingly positive effects, regardless of the negatives associated with their character or actions. We glorify Schindler, who is, for all literal intents and purposes, a Nazi. We glorify Schindler because he was a good Nazi. Similarly, we can glorify a healthy relationship with unhealthy beginnings. If the relationship between Victor and Japanese Yuri is truly a healthy relationship, then the potential risks and ethical questions of how that relationship began become less important. Also, something we've never discussed but could absolutely discuss is that their relationship as teacher and student did not necessarily come before their relationship romantically. It could be that the reason Victor chose Yuri was because Victor had feelings for this boy on a YouTube video.
Was it through a YouTube video?
Right, because there's Yuri doing his ice skating while he was chubby in the ring that got exploded. How else would Victor have discovered Yuri?
I thought it was
chance that did Victor just happen to be at his hotel? I can't remember now.
Actually, I think
it was either chance. It was either a YouTube video.
No. Or it wasn't a YouTube video. You know what it was? It was explained at the end of one of the episodes that the first tournament we went to, where he got pretty low ranking on it. Mm-hmm. He was at the party and he got drunk, and he talked to Victor. He was just like, "I like you a lot. I need you to be my coach."
Oh
yeah, remember that? Yeah, he unironically flirted with Victor a little bit actually.
Then you see, despite some of the problems of their relationship starting, the initiation may be able to justify some of that. So if their first interactions were because of a crush with flirtation, it is possible that we could, after some diving and interpretation, come to the conclusion that their relationship as crushes came first and foremost, secondary developed into a professional relationship that, because of that specific nature, was less exploitive than it otherwise would have been.
Did we ever do a
actual Yuri and Ice episode? I don't know. I think we just discussed it as part of a top 10 of that year. I don't think we discussed it on its own.
We should do a deep dive on that. I think
I'd be down.
This is the fifth conversation we have on the podcast.
And it's been a long time since either of us have actually seen it.
Yes, and we need to title it "Is Victor Groomer?"
Yeah, watching it under that paradigm, under that question.
It's a new viewing. It's a new viewing because now we gotta really pay attention to things, or pay attention to his actions a lot more. Where are we?
I
got lost. Like
you're
got nice
on
time.
my number 3.
Oh yeah, what's your number?
So
3?
this is the punchline to everything I was saying earlier.
Oh man, it better be a good punchline because I have to.
It's that my number 3, which is one of my highest. It's in my top 3 highest characters. Is someone who never even got the chance to be a father because he sacrificed himself. It's Gugu from To Your Eternity.
I want to hurt you. I want to hurt you. That actually almost made me cry again. What is wrong with you?
He's so beautiful as a person. Okay,
A, I'm so
I love his helmet.
I'm so upset I didn't think about him. B,
I'm upset you didn't think about him too.
I fucking hate you so goddamn much. He would be on this list, but I hate you so much now. I hate you more for that because he don't deserve that. He don't deserve that. No, he don't.
Yeah, he do.
He don't deserve your jokes, is what I mean.
Oh.
He don't deserve your jokes. No, he deserves a family. He deserves to be loved. He deserves all of that. He doesn't deserve your jokes.
He's the punchline to my joke of excluding other characters because they sacrifice themselves. But the reason is that there were other better choices in those things because other people were meant to show a more perfect character in the end. Whereas in his... he's the best option. He is. He's the best option in season 1. Cat.
Right. Sorry. You just, keep a lot of fucking shit open. So my bad for having a little bit of fear. But is he?
Yeah, I can't imagine about a Husbando in that show. Waifus, they're some good ass fucking waifus.
There are some good ass waifus in there.
Yeah.
There's not.
I struggle to think of a better.
There's not many male characters in the first season.
There are a couple, but a lot of them are villains. A lot of them are villains or just very sympathetic, sorrowful tales.
I know there's
like the first character is a boy, the boy with the wolf.
You're right.
Yeah, it's why the main character looks like a boy.
Yeah, I'm sorry. At this point, I just treat him like the main character. So,
but there's a lot of really strong female representation. But there are a couple boys. Yeah.
There's him. Yeah. Okay. I'm just trying to remember all of them.
There are a couple more boys in the island too. There are decent choices. But they're nowhere near as good though.
No.
Gugu's just the best.
Yeah, that is true.
My boozy Gugu.
But all right, number 3. We're on the top 3. Right?
You're number 3 in your top 3.
Ubi Akitaru from Fire Force. You know who that is?
I do.
Do you actually?
Yeah, he's the one that rides the mop looking things.
No, that's Benny Maru.
Yeah, Benny Maru.
I said Obi Akitaru.
Oh, which one's that?
He's the leader for Company 8.
Which one's that?
It's the dude who has no powers, but he can tank. He just tanks everything.
Oh.
What?
He's a good choice.
But
he's not the best choice in Fire Force.
Benny Maru scares me.
Benny Maru
scares me.
Can ride a shaft.
Yeah.
Think about it. It's a big old stick. It's a broomstick ride.
I don't want. You leave me alone.
Benny Maru.
Okay.
Is powerful in his thrust capability.
Unironically, do you actually think he's the best option? Because I don't fully. I don't know.
Think he might be a better option. I don't think he's the best option either, but I think he's a better option. I do think there's a better option even within Company 8.
You better not say Shinra.
No, not Shinra.
Okay. You better not say.
Maybe I'm making up a character in my head.
Who?
Does the captain have a best friend who's male?
The glasses dude, right? With the gun? Yeah,
him.
Yeah, really?
He's the best. Yeah, he's the best choice.
I think you just like him because I feel like he resembles a lot more of your ideals.
Honestly, I forgot he had guns. I forgot he dealt with guns.
That's his... Remember,
I know. He's a first generation.
Second generation. First generations all die because they instantly go up in flames because they can't control the fire. Second, have control.
He's the weakest living generations apart.
Yeah.
But
you say weakest, but fucking that musket scene he had was fucking baller. Like
imagine if he had more power and more control. Imagine if he was also able to control the flame itself from the. There's so many other things. Imagine if he didn't need to use gunpowder.
That'd be terrifying.
Imagine if his guns weren't usable by the enemy.
Well, to be fair, if he was a third generation, I don't know if he would be using guns.
Why not?
Because the third generation, their whole thing
they use tools.
Huh?
Many of them use tools.
Many of them use tools, but in order
look how the music one can use fucking sound.
The music one.
Yeah. He blows at the horn and freezes everything. It's cold fire.
Oh no! He's second generation, I think.
I thought he was third.
No,
Are you sure?
I maybe misremember, but the way I remember explained is that first generation, all the ones that just burn up because of fire. Right. Second generation can control flames itself.
Manipulate, not control.
Manipulate.
They do not have full control. They can influence and manipulate.
That's what I more meant. They can influence flames, but they don't have full control of flames. Mm-hmm. The third one can actually produce and control flames.
Yeah.
I'm
pretty sure he does explicitly produce his power, because otherwise he would need to use the opposition to make the sound.
Well,
so he does produce the sound himself.
But from what I remember, like, I might have to look more into that. Though I feel like he might have been a second generation.
I think that's an extraordinary amount of ability being able to control. That's
the thing that would hesitate me. That is extremely. The big thing about third generations that they're extremely powerful.
Be training every second gen to do that.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, that's what I think. It's just like, if he's most likely third gen, but I swear to God he was a second. But
I think he's a third.
Okay, I could believe. Honestly, I could 100% believe that. If not,
but yeah, my choice is Gumbro. Yeah.
I feel like you just like him more because he aligns more with your ideals.
Wow, I like him because he is in line with my ideals.
Hold on. Wild. Then don't say you think he's the best. Just say that's the one that you want.
But I also think he's the best.
Well, I don't.
I objectively also think my ideals are superior to other people's ideals.
Yeah, well, this is the reason that you have no bitches. So
bitches don't got me.
Stop. That's so cringy.
I didn't say get. I said got. I changed it.
That doesn't fix it, you loser. Whatever, you think fixing your wording?
Fuck you. I'm going to my number 2. My number 2 is only not my number 1 because my number 1, well, actually got supplemented by my supplanted by my number 10. But my number 2 is a character I don't think you know by name because I didn't know him by name and I love him.
Who?
Duffy.
Duffy?
Duffy.
I almost thought you said Luffy. I was like,
Duffy.
Okay, let's give me the anime he's from.
Castle in the Sky.
Oh, shit. It's been a while since I watched that. No.
He's Patsu's boss. Patsu and Shida stay in his and his wife's home for a second. They take refuge in there. He's, when the pirates come, he's the one who has a buff-out competition with the oldest brother.
Oh!
He's got the mustache. He's Patsu's boss. He shows wisdom and care in earlier scenes, as well as skill and dedication with how he works his coal mine. And then he also shows extreme love to his daughter and wife at home. And he shows extraordinary ability for sacrifice, fortitude, just pure joy. Like, he's just a wonderful, wonderful fucking character that I'm not sure speaks more than 5 lines.
Yeah. You know what? Fair.
Wonderful character. Also, damn, boy. He can rip a shirt open. He can pop buttons like no one's business. Holy shit.
Speaking of popping buttons open. My number 2 is Alex Armstrong.
It's a good choice.
Yeah.
It's a good choice.
Big old burly man. Soft to sound good at cuddling. I think he'd be a damn good father.
No,
probably a bit too emotional, but
I actually think he'd be a better father than Roy Mustang. I'm scrapping out Roy from my honorable mentions.
I'm about to say, you said Roy, and I'm like, I don't deny Roy, but Alex?
Roy would be a solid choice.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong, but like, I was like, no, Alex, really?
Yeah, Alex Armstrong.
Yeah, like that man would be a wonderful father. That man would be a great father. Oh man,
super cute.
What?
Damn. I'm pretty sure we put his sister in the top list as well, actually.
Dude,
or at least honorable mentions.
She was on my fucking top 3. I know for a fact.
I'm pretty sure she was in my top 10.
The most. As of right now,
she is so fucking
Olivia Armstrong is the longest reigning wife in my top 3. Because I've switched out a lot, but she's always been either number 2 or number 3. But never
my number one has never wavered.
Hello?
No,
that's
Kelly Zorvas Normandy.
That's right. I don't want to trudge up that. Don't want to trudge up the fucking whole fucking.
Are we ready for number
in context for just anime, who's your number
1? Also never wavered. Samus Aran. No, that straight up counts. There's a long manga and anime history there.
Alex, you don't understand. We've been through this conversation.
Listen.
I had to... Alex. You don't know. Alex, I went through that whole entire podcast to get clips. You don't understand. We've been through this.
Okay.
We've been through this. I'm not trudging this up again. I'm going to say this. That's fine. We made the line that we agree. We agree on that. It's perfectly fine. I will allow that. I don't want that conversation again. I don't think you understand how mad I was in that conversation. I'll bring up a clip I have.
This lid does not work well.
It doesn't look like it's not. But I'll bring up a clip of that conversation that we had years ago. I can't with you, dude. I fucking can't with you, dude. What's your number 1?
My number 1 is from an anime I dislike. It shocks me.
Ooh.
I promised myself I'd put him on my top Husbandos list one day, and I finally do. Charles Beams from Eureka 7. Or sorry, I mispronounced that. Eureka 7.
Eureka 7. Fucking shut up. Anyways.
He's one of the bad guys. He's one of the villains. He's an antagonist. And he's in one of the best, weirdest, most healthy relationships with his wife. But recognizes when it's time for that relationship to end for the greater good. And is able to make the hard decisions and is an amazing father figure to the main character despite being an antagonist. He makes some really hard decisions and he improves the main character's life by his very existence and willingness to be there for him as a father figure despite being an antagonist to the series.
Yeah.
He's fantastic character. Not as hot as half the rest of the list, but he's probably the single best dad on this list. Other than maybe Duffy. Duffy could probably outdad him, but it's hard to compete with like Miyazaki characters. And I'm not even gonna try comparing anyone to Uncle Iroh because it's just not fair. Uncle Iroh's the best character ever. So.
I mean, I think we could both agree he'd probably be in our top 3 if we actually thought about him.
He's my number 1. Period. Uncle Iroh, come on.
I think he'd be number 2. My number 1, I think, will always be my number 1. I don't think that one will.
Check this out. I have something that would make him your number 1. I think.
What?
Because this weighs a little bit in for me. If he's your number 1. Well, just if he's your husbando, you can choose when to die. remember, he's not dead in the events of Avatar: Legend of Korra. He's in the spirit world because he chose to depart the real world, the physical world, to the spirit world. If he had a romantic partner, he would be living in perpetuity in the spirit world at peace with spirits and his partner forever. Or until he chose to move on. With Iroh, you get literal ascension. That's not even a joke, but like, that's how unfair the comparison is.
I get that.
Like, it's hard. It's hard to beat. Literally, ascendancy into spirit, like, godhood. Like, it's not fair.
I feel like that's unfair, but
it is unfair.
But I also still think I'd stick with my number one.
Really?
Yeah.
Who's your number one?
Yeah, it's Hughes.
It can't be.
It is.
It's not Mace Hughes.
Listen.
I know you didn't pick Mace Hughes after all that.
Yes, because you brought him up, and I'm like, fuck. Fuck, I forgot about him. Oh,
You forgot about Maze?
I don't know how.
He's like the typical father character. And I mean archetypical, not typical like average. I mean archetypical, like
you know
what you think of when you think of as a father. You think of him, and you think of the exact opposite guy in the scope, also from the same anime.
Really?
No.
Hold on?
No.
Father?
Big brother.
I'm gonna kill you.
Listen, that fucking son of a bitch is the exact opposite of Mace Hughes, and you know
Yes, I know that. I know that.
In fact, I actually think he's intentionally, literally the exact opposite. Think about it.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah. I don't want to.
Instead of his wife and kids outliving him, he outlives them.
Alex, I cried twice. I cried. No. Oh, wait.
Like
not for a previous conversation. But I cried at 2 scenes in that. I cried at 2 scenes in that anime. That was the fucking deaths when they
the two dads. Exactly. You see, that's what I'm saying though. They seem almost intentionally built like that, and they're even in the same season. Notice, like it's all in the same time frame.
You know,
like they seem to be intentionally built into. In fact, fatherhood is one of the main themes of the whole fucking Fullmetal Alchemist saga. That, honest to God, I don't think I ever really explored or engaged with properly. It's like clearly one of the main themes, and just never really explored it as a main theme.
Hold on. Okay, this
only ever treated it like a secondary feature.
Hold on, this really annoyed me, and this is before everything in my life happened. But you know how I was telling you I was rewatching it with the people I was living it with before. I won't say their names for reasons, but how I told you I was one of them didn't watch it, but the other one did. It's been like 10+ years, so we all just decided to watch it. Mm-hmm. And that scene came up, and me and her...
Wait, which one? The sad one or the sad one?
What do you mean?
Big Brother.
Big Brother. And that one genuinely made me cry a lot. Like, fucking ball. Like, I actually, like, curl up in the couch. Like, I can't fucking do that because it hurts too much. And he who shall not be named. The banished one.
Falcon?
Yeah, the banished one from long ago.
The Falcon.
Yeah, he kind of came up, and he was just like, "Oh, I get why she was crying," and like, but I don't get why you're crying. I'm like, I almost wanted to hit him. Like, I didn't say anything.
I want to hit him.
Yeah, I sat there. I'm like, don't you dare fucking do that. He's like, yeah, but you already watched it. I'm like, yeah, the fact that I have watched it and still makes you cry now. It shows how powerful this is. You are a bitch, and I hate you.
He is a bitch. True men cry at Fullmetal Alchemist.
Not because never.
I think if you
we have to do that for a podcast that I genuinely don't understand.
You listen, watch it, and you'll understand.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
You will. We'll watch it together.
I don't want to watch it with
It's a Studio Trigger thing, dude. Why are you so hesitant to love it?
It is. It's the only Studio Trigger thing I'm not super... Okay, hold on. I do like it. I do give it praise. It's not the lowest thing I've rated from Studio Trigger, because that's still...
Because Samurai Cop exists?
No. Samurai Cop is like a 9 out of 10, dog.
God damn.
No. Little Witch Academia, surprisingly.
Okay. The series, I get that.
What do you mean? The
original movies are great.
Oh no! I forgot. That's right. We watched the movie and the series. Yeah, I forgot about that. No, the movies.
Good, fantastic.
The series,
original movie, fantastic. Is one of the best one-offs.
Yeah, the series.
The series
you
is
lose
so
a lot. Yeah.
Man, I mean, it has a great ending, but the rest of
that ending was really fucking good. But everything else
that was one of the best lesbian endings of anything of all time.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. Gays get a lot of good endings. We don't get a whole lot of good lesbian endings. We have like Legend of Korra.
Bloom into you. This is the first anime we ever reviewed on this, dog.
Yes, we did review it,
and it had a good ending.
Did it?
Yes.
Did it?
Yes.
Did it?
Yes.
Did it?
Yes.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. So stop. I know it's been like 5 years, but stop.
I don't remember it anymore, man.
Oh my god.
I remember, I think, episode 1.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Alright, you want to go through your audible mentions, dog?
Alright, honorable mentions. Things I really want to put on here, but couldn't for one of a couple of reasons. The main reason for most of these is because I chose something from their series that was a better choice. You okay there, man?
I just cracked my neck. Shit was deep. Shit was deep. I felt that shit in my gut.
Speaking of men that could crack my neck any day.
Why are you facing like that, dog? I'm dying.
You?
No. Okay, go.
My first honorable mention is Piccolo from Dragon Ball Z.
Why was I considering him? Actually, why was I considering him?
Because he's Earth's daddy.
You know what's upsetting?
He's like sat there defending Earth forever.
You know what's
like he's not the strongest, but he's the most dedicated.
Yeah.
And he's a good guy. He's a really good teacher.
He's the strongest that's the most dedicated.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, you know what's funny? He does just
he's just there being a dad all the time.
Yeah, because do you watch the Dragon Ball superhero movie, right?
I have not.
They basically just make it where he becomes. So Gohan has a daughter with Videl, right? Pan.
Sure.
He's just teaching Pan how to fight now. But it's like part of the story of Dragon Ball superhero.
See, he's a good dad to other people's kids. Even he's
the
Earth's dad.
No, I don't disagree with that. It's just funny because that's Gohan's child, the same person that he had to teach because Goku wasn't around. So now he's having to teach
multiple generations.
Yeah, of the Goku and so he's just like, dude, you gotta be here for your kid. He's like, oh, but like I'm doing research and I got a bunch of things to do. It's like, when's the last time you trained? I've been training like a while, but like you need to do this. Also, I feel like Dragon Ball Superhero is a movie you gotta watch so we can talk about it.
I saw people talking about that in the group chat. I'll watch it. If someone wants to have a movie night and watch it, I'll watch it.
You know, it's funny. We watched that Stewart's Place last weekend.
Wow.
Sorry.
Thanks for inviting me, guys.
Sorry.
Anime night.
Sorry, I wasn't expecting to. The plan was to watch Scream. We watched 3 Scream movies that night. And they were okay. Yeah. Okay, that's not true. One of them was actually kind of good.
The first one?
No, 5th one.
Wait, which 3 Scream movies did you see?
Oh, we only watched 2, my bad. 5 and 6.
Interesting.
Yes.
Alright. So that's my first honorable mention.
Yeah.
Next is Hachiman Hikigaya.
From where?
From My Teen Romantic Comedy Snafu.
Okay.
Now, I'll be honest. I am here as an honorable mention for a very unique reason. He's in my Mal list, top 10 characters of all time. And I don't remember him at all. So I couldn't justify putting him in this list.
You're trash.
I have a feeling like if I watch it, I'll get what I meant. I'll get what past me meant by putting him in my top 10 characters of all time.
Another reason to watch the anime, I guess.
Yeah, right? But right now, I just don't remember him at all. So, honorable mention. I wish I could have put you on my list, man. I don't remember you, though. Killua from Hunter x Hunter.
What the fuck?
Who had to be an honorable mention because he's a fucking kid. And I'm not putting a kid in my fucking top 10.
Yeah, you put him on your honorable mention.
But he's a very good best boy, and honest to God, an adult Killua would be fucking awesome as a partner. He's already like the best bro ever.
There is still something weird about dude. Whatever. Well, fuck it.
About what?
No, just keep going. Just do fine.
Technically, Gugu and Edward Elric are kids too, man. But we didn't have problems with those.
Hey, this adult. Yeah, he's an adult.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
on.
And to be fair, I wouldn't have put Edward. I still don't agree that he would be a good father. I get it.
Do you not remember the end of that series?
I do, but did you forget the rest of the series? Like, yeah, he grows as a person still, but there's just...
Yeah.
Oh, well, there's a lot of stubbornness with that man that I just would not want to
Sure, all of our dads used to be stubborn kids at one point. We got to see that one grow and evolve, literally evolve. Like, he went from, like, smart kid to superhero to god to mortal and only got wiser with each level.
Go through your list.
Next set of honorable mentions from Alchemist, Maze Hughes and Alec Armstrong. From Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind, Lord Yupa.
I get it. Just
what? We see the dexterity of that sword master multiple times.
Wait,
and that's him.
Okay, I may be forgetting. Isn't he like an old wrinkly man?
No.
Okay, I'm not. That's not who I thought that was.
No, he's got a big mustache and he's like cloaked like he's an old man, and he's got the voice of Sir Patrick Stewart. But no, he's actually fairly young. We get to see him with his hood down, and while he has a shaved head, his facial hair is like still dark. Like he's like clearly a young, full adult man. Like as far as we can tell, he's probably like lower middle aged. It looks like, but he's like an errant knight. He's going around. He's like a sword master.
Okay.
He looks old with his hood up, but he looks young with his hood down. Fuck images you. That one is the only one that's actually from that show.
Okay. Show movie.
But yeah, we get to see the bit of hair on his head, and it's that of a young man. Anyway.
I don't like that.
Fuck you. Castle in the Sky actually had multiple fucking honorable mentions just because they're so good. One is the obvious one, Patsu. Okay. Because he's, main character boy who was actually, he's like probably my favorite of the main romance options in Miyazaki movies. And the other one is Haramatro, and I want you to guess who that is.
I have no clue.
You know who Dola is?
Sounds familiar.
She's the queen of the pirates. She's the Dola's.
Oh, yeah.
It's her husband. Think of how many kids that man has pumped out over the years.
Oh my god.
That man's a stallion.
That man's fertile. Holy shit.
And he's a mechanic who works 24/7. And damn, is he witty as fuck. Like, damn, I'm just saying, that man has something under that hood. And finally, and I so considered putting this pretty high in my list, in my top 10, but didn't for meta reasons, because I think in his future, he becomes an absentee person. Like, he literally vanishes off the face of the earth. In the same way his predecessor did. And it's Kirito from Sword Art Online.
I don't care. I don't care. I would have.
He was a fantastic father figure. And husband.
You know, I would have been so mad if you put him on. I'm already mad that you've.
He would be pretty high on my list too.
He's a piece of
the only reason because I can't even remember if this is true or not, but I think I remember a piece of meta knowledge where he disappears, which means that he's not around.
I mean, good fucking riddance. Fucking piece of shit.
I don't know why you hate him.
And you know what? I give you this old answer. I genuinely can't. I just, one of those things, it's very illogical, but I fucking hate him and I don't like him. I tell you this all the time. It's one of the times I look at you, I'm like, no, Alex, my reason is I have no reason. I just look at that man, I look at the character, and I fucking hate him.
I'll never get it.
And you know what? I'll never too, apparently. But I fucking hate that character, and I don't fucking like him. Anyway, that was our list. I hate you. We gotta stop doing these late. I blame you.
I mean, honestly, we've done a lot worse.
I'll tell you after. But I've been busy. That's my boy Fang. We'll see you guys whenever the fuck we'll see you. And so bye. Have a good day. Have a good day.
Bye.